Hello everyone, Mikey here, or Burns Post, like I always say. And I am back with another behind the scenes. That's back, your boy, voiceover Mikey. Um, this time around for the Sam Short. Now, the Sam Short, there's a lot to talk about, like a lot of symbolism, a lot of hidden things, just a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about. But yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this. I will see you guys in the next take. Now, for this first one, I'm actually going to combine three things into it. Usually I go slide by slide, but well, the first slide's a warning sign, so I don't really think that deserves its own track to talk about. And two, the first slide, and then one about the first ever Burns Post Studio video to not have my voice in it at all. That's so weird for me to think about. In Tiff, oh my god, she's amazing. Like, again, I'm gonna put her stuff in the description below this video. But please watch her stuff. Like, please support her any way you can. She's a brilliant voice actress, very talented, very respectful. So if you're gonna give any props to anyone, please give it to her. Because she's now the voice actress of Sam. Um, in episode 1, she'll be there. Don't think in the meantime you'll see any more Sam. Like, you might reference of her, but you probably won't hear of her. But yeah, brilliant job, and if you are watching this, thank you for doing it. I greatly appreciate it, and just thank you. Slide 1. Now, what I wanted to do with the Sam short was, I wanted to do the Ricky short, but from Sam's perspective. That means it would have Sam's whole world flipped upside down. Like, Ricky's a pretty normal guy, I would say. So he's got his problems, he's got a job, he's pretty standard stuff. He's no Goku when it comes to heroes, but he's also no Joe Schmo. Um, yeah, but so when it comes to the Sand Short first scene, I was like, what would this be for? Like, what would Sam be thinking in the scene? And whenever I've always think of Sam, I've always think like she's always thinking she's above some people because her father's rich, or they work harder than any other people. She, like, when I think of Sam, I think she's like that smart girl in your class who's right, who you think is just a normal gal, right, a normal lady, but she's like super fucking smart as shit, and she can actually back that up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's a smart gal. But don't get me wrong, Sam's got her own peculiarities. But yeah, so for scene 1, I really just want to, make sure like Sam like needs to like Ricky. It can't just be like she can't think herself too superior to think that she's better than Ricky in every sense. Because if she thinks she's better than them, why date him in the first place? Why do anything with him in the first place? But yeah, so that's what I got for slide numero uno. So, Andrew's office, right? Now, this is kind of to set Andrew up, even in the short. Like, I want you guys to know Andrew is an important character. And I might, excuse me, to the fact that his mask is the face of Sam's own soundtrack. And we'll get to the music at the end. But Andrew's an important guy. But I also kind of wanted this to show off the difference between Sam and Ricky's world. When Ricky went to go tell his father might have not turned out responsive. He might have been like, well, be skeptical of this girl, we don't really know. But he still could talk to his dad about it. Sam, on the other hand, it seems like her dad isn't really there. Sam's dad is more of a. He's a dad, alright, but he's also. There's all these other things. He's dedicated to his Lord first and Sam second. Um, I kind of wanted to make his office look like Andrew's suit colors, which you won't. Like, there was one thing of Andrew's suit out there on my Instagram, and that was the old design. I since deleted that, but I also wanted to make it look like his outfit you'll see later in the short. I wanted him to be looking up at the stars, but like, I don't know. I wanted to give him a big window because I've also kind of took inspiration from Palpatine's office from Star Wars, the big window. I can't say any Jedi Masters are going to be breaking through it, but still. I wanted to make his office not a fun place. I wanted a very stark contrast between these two scenes, because with Ricky and his father, you get to see Juke and you get to see Ricky being a father and son. But for this scene, you don't even see what Andrew looks like. He's not even there. It's just an empty chair and an empty desk. You don't even get to see the man himself. So it's a very contrast between Sam's relationship with her father, her parents, and Ricky's family. But yeah, so another difference between Ricky and Sam's number one, Sam doesn't have like a place to go to. She doesn't get Larry's bar. She only has to go to her mother's grave. And now what happened to her mother we'll eventually get to, but it won't be happening in any short format. Most likely, I don't know. It will happen eventually, hopefully, because, well, that's neither here or there. But Sam's only friends are her dead mother and Father Grant. Now, Father Grant, I've always seen him as close with Andrew, like close enough to be a family friend. Something happened, and now they aren't that close anymore. Because Father Grant does actually care about Sam, and does actually care about Andrew. However, it seems like nowadays they don't. And it's such a shame for Sam that she only like, the advice she gets from someone isn't her own father, but someone of the church. When you talk about, for all you gals out there, for all you guys, when you tell your family about your crush, you want to say it to your family. You don't want to go saying it to, your local priest. But I do think, like, because I think Sam does like him, but, she doesn't think of him more than just another person. Like, I wouldn't say Sam's exactly the sort of gal to have a lot of friends. I've always imagined her to say she has her father, her mother, and that's about it, who she would consider, like, close. But now it's like, with her journey that we've seen through this short, is like, she's grasping the fact that she wants Ricky to be more. She wants Ricky to be someone different than the others. And then maybe she could extend this to Father Grant in the future. However, the next slide kind of ruins all that for her. Now, a lot of things happen in this scene. Number one, we finally get our eyes on Andrew, someone who has been built up in this short, and you don't even get to see his eyes, you don't even get to see his face. He's in his cult outfit, and supposedly he just did some cult shit with the fire behind him. For those of you who were here in October, I posted in the Burns Post Studio Discord server the original version of this scene. Now, I changed the original version because, one, I didn't like how the fire looked. Two, I didn't really like how the shading looks. I want to do some things different. I made it outside instead of a room. I added the stars to, just because I like the stars, and I think Andrew also appreciates the stars. But, instead of being happy for, Andrew's a fucked up guy. Instead of being happy for his daughter, he in turn instead is thinking of this as opportunity to serve his religion. Now, I haven't done any research into cultism. I'm not going to tell you that's what they do. But for this story, these cultists aren't really good blokes. And, I don't know if that's offensive to anyone, but in this tale, in this story, it is. And when we get deeper into it, like when we get deeper into Sam's more personal life, like the shorts are just to be what they are, shorts. Introduce the character and kind of set up what they'll be going through the show. And whenever shit hits the fan in these things, music starts to play. Like, before the Ricky short, I kind of fucked it up. But for puppets, right, the music started to play when Moon Eater finally got his hands on whoever was there. So when, now that Sam is like talking to her father, the shit has hit the fan. The music is playing, Andrew's there, and it sounded like I wanted her theme to kind of sound like a skeleton, I suppose. Like, it's hard to describe, But her theme is not one of happiness, but is one of misery and remorse, because she's now faced with a difficult challenge to make her father happy and her religion happy, or fall in love with the person she wants to. Now, the dinner. I wanted to include a lot here, and I also wanted to improve this in every way, shape, and form. Like, oh my god, guys, the Ricky short, I love it to death. It is my favorite video I've ever done, but I hate that last scene so much, and I'm so glad I was able to fix it here. But with Sam, the sad thing is, it says deceived on her eye thing, because she is deceived. She's deceived by her own father to, instead of doing what she wants to be happy, she has to let that go for her father to be happy and for her religion to be happy. Now, what she is going to do to Ricky, I can't tell you, because you'll have to watch episode 1 to find that out. But you know, if you look at her wrist, like, she's not happy, she's not vibing right now. You know, and she's got her matching bracelets on to the one on her neck, and I've always thought to myself, that is like, it's chains on her. It's the chains of her religion, because it has Andrew's color scheme, black and red. And she's the only purple, hold on. The only purple that she has on is on her nails and on her dress. The only the only of her color she has is on her dress and nails. She is surrounded by red. She's surrounded by red. She's got red writing, red blush, red, red stuff. And the music keeps going, but in the background you can see the stars. Now the stars follow Sam, you can interpret that as it's a sign that Andrew's nearby. My sign for Andrew, if Andrew is nearby, my thing has always been he will be surrounded by red. And yeah, no way Andrew wasn't near there. No way he wasn't staking it out. He was Andrew's the sort of guy to be very controlling. He used to be a good father, but something has happened to him. And with what she's saying, that, she liked it, she thought Ricky was cute, but this is the best that could happen compared to Ricky's, what's the worst that could happen. Unfortunately for them, this is the worst that could happen for the both of them. And that candle is something I've always, the candle between Ricky and Sam is their shared symbol. You guys will, through the series, you guys are very smart, so I think you'll be able to figure out why the candle is their symbolism, why it's their rock. So, yeah. Now, let me address the elephant in the room right now. This was supposed to come out in October. However, something happened. We had a lot of technical difficulties. Just in general, every time, I'm gonna say this one's my bad, because the art kept fucking up. The art kept getting corrupted. I had to look through so many things, to the point where Audacity broke on me. Not Audacity, my Autodesk Sketchbook broke on me. So I had to restart. However, I was able to recover some files, and some of them are the ones you see now. That Andrew short was one of the ones that didn't get corrupted back in the day, but since I changed it anyway because I wanted to, I changed the last one a bit. I don't think I have the original versions anymore. But yeah. Now, what's next for Humans, Angels, and Demons, you may ask yourself. The Michael short. Now, some of you might be asking, who is the Michael short? You would think we'd be getting a Ricky, or an Andrew short, or a Juke short. No. We are getting a Michael short. Now, no relation to myself, I just picked the name out because I couldn't think of anything else. It's literally, his name is Michael Dell, because Dell is the computer I have. I'm looking right at the stupid Dell logo. But for those of you who don't know, Michael is one of the other characters I voice. You can see them in Humans, Angels, and Demons Incorrect Quotes that I posted back during our 200 subscriber week. Now, when that's coming out, I have no fucking clue. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you guys here. Humans, Angels, and Demons probably are gonna go on a little break for a while. I'm not saying that we won't be working on it, because, listen, me and the amazing team that I have been working with to get this out to you as soon as I can, we have been working very hard. We're kind of also learning animation, though, together. So, it's gonna be a while till episode 1 comes out. I'm hoping to get a trailer out by the end of the year, but I'm not quite sure. But my plan, what I'm focusing on now is, I'm focusing on Puppet's test dummy. And like I said in that one post last night, I'm hoping to get it out by August, and then I'll probably start on the Michael short. But for shorts, this is kind of like the last sort of like slideshow you'll see, because I've got to transition from these to animatics now. And you know, these are always good to fall back on if I ever do want to get something quick out and easy, like if I want to do comics or whatever. If I want to do something like this, I'll do it again, but for now, expect animatics to be our shorts. However, that's also going to be taking longer since I'm learning, because when I do these shorts, I do these by myself, so they're all drawn by me, and whoever is the lovely voice actor or voice actress I'm working with this time, they're the ones who, like, me and them are the only two working on it, because I have the gang, I have the studio gang helping, just focusing on episode 1. Now, I did think of a couple things for episode 1. I've been thinking about splitting it into parts, where it's episode 1, part 1. Episode part 1 would be called The Sacrifice. Episode 1, part 2, The Angel. Episode 3, part 3, The Deceived. So, yeah, that's what I've been thinking, but, and, like, I split up my episodes I split up all my things to 3 parts in my head. Like, for the stand short, it was the warning, first slide, and that would have been called Sam. The second one would have been Andrew, and that would have been Andrew to Andrew's office to Andrew himself, and the last slide would have been its own thing, and it would have been Ricky Lawrence. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I kind of rambled on a bit, but I'm working very hard, and please subscribe. Like, gamers, we are trying so hard to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And we've been kind of having a subscriber drought. So if you guys would be really cool and subscribe. But I understand if not, you know, people's got lives. That button is kind of hard to press sometimes. Dude, listen, dude. I love my YouTubers, but dude, they ask me to subscribe one more time, I'm gonna fucking unsubscribe. So, but you know, it helps me out, boost the morale, boost the old mental state up in here. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. All of you have an amazing day, a better tomorrow. Stay safe out there, and the stars shine down upon you. Bye!